A new study offers surprising new thoughts on why male bosses may discriminate against women workers.
Researchers found that employed men whose wives do not work outside the home or who work part-time were more likely to have an unconscious bias towards women in the workplace. And joining us now is Judith Glaser. She is CEO and founder of Benchmark Communications. She is also the author of Creating We: Change I Thinking to We Thinking. And great to have you with us, Judith, again.
Terrific to be back today.
So this study, at least the headline, it is pretty startling. What does it actually say?
What it says is that men who are in marriages where their wives don't work or only work part-time have an attitude that they bring into the workplace, which says that women are not as good as men to become leaders.
I saw some of the bullet points here out of the survey. They think the workplace runs less smoothly with women. They view female leaders as less desirable, and they consider women less qualified for promotion.
So let me deconstruct one of those with you. It says less smoothly. The organization operates less smoothly. To those men, it means that you can't have a conversation about lots of things where there's disagreement. It means my way or the highway. In other words, embedded into that male-centric hierarchical point of view that they hold is that smooth means easy for me to get my result.
Men just are just awful.
I mean,
really.
look, I love men too.
Thank you for taking the fall for all of them, Jeff.
I'm not voted here. I may as well.
Jeff,
if you can't beat him, join him. The difference, though, between a man whose wife stays at home versus a wife who works, is what? Is
that they really believe that most of the decisions they make, they drive. So it's, again, my way or the highway. And they don't encourage a woman to have a different point of view, to push back, to think on her feet, to take charge and be as assertive. So a lot of times these men in the workplace, when a woman stands up and says, I want to take charge of this project, they may see that as aggressive rather than assertive behavior. And it gets them really nervous. It threatens the part of their brain that says, oh my goodness, you know, you better watch out. This is someone where you might have to have threats and fight with that person at work.
I'm looking at this research and it says men who believe unfavorable things about working women are unlikely to change their mind unless their marital structures change. That is saying that in the workplace, if you feel that you're dealing with this, you can't independently, as a female, make changes to what you're doing to change that relationship.
First of all, I think that comment is radical. In other words, men are going to not get divorced and get remarried and have a woman who's working. That doesn't make any sense. But the marriage at work is like a marriage at home. It's a different type of marriage. And they have to really begin to think that this is an important marriage where they have to change the rules of engagement at work in order to really create a more we-centric workplace.
But it is saying that if you're dealing with a single boss, a man, he's going to act differently than one who's married.
When he's at work.
Yeah, if he's divorced, if he was never married in the first place, whatever else.
Yeah, well, that's carrying an assumption pretty far.
These are, like, I think we should add to this that these are sort of the law of averages.
Yes.
And I think you would agree that this isn't in every single case that this is the way it is.
Not at all, because what we're doing is we're seeing so much more about women really getting ahead in the workplace. They need to get sponsors. That type of man doesn't like to sponsor a woman at work, and that's one of the things that comes out of the study as well. So we really need to change the workplace around how to help women succeed as well. I call it we-centric, equalize it, power with others.
It's great.
Thank you. Thank we. Judith Glaser. Appreciate it.